Hi guys, welcome to the show. I'm Lisa Akbari, your hair doctor. I've got my hair pulled up a little bit and my collar popped, so I'm pretty cool today. Okay, let's get right down to our questions. We said, I know that you don't recommend combs for detail. I think I did that one. Okay, next question. The texture of my hair is thin. What should I do about my hair? The middle of my hair is always breaking. Okay, if you're breaking in the crown of the middle of the hair, I'm not sure where you're speaking of. Usually there are one or two things. Number one, overexposure. You may be over processing either with heat or chemicals. Number two, if it's short broken hair, then you may have a scalp problem. Look for itchy, flaky tenderness. Then that scalp problem may indirectly be causing you to scratch or indirectly causing the breakage. So you want to take care of the scalp problems. Get on a good scalp and weak hair program. I have them on my site that should take care of it. Daily conditioning, ever so small, ever so short, that area, you forefinger and thumb, smoothing your leave-in conditioners in. Hydrating, lubricating, always important. Good rule to follow. And that should help you obtain length. And the main thing, you got to look at what you're doing in your regimen. You got to make sure that you're not doing things that are going to be more than that hair strand can tolerate, causing aging, damaging effects. Okay, next question. It says, I want to cut my hair in a bob, but I do not want to put a relaxer in, and you don't have to. Will I be able to cut without a relaxer? Yes, you will. And also, how long do you think it'll take me to grow my hair back after cutting it? Why are you cutting it? Besides the point, you just may want to cut. Okay. First, you don't have to relax your hair to cut it. The reason why many stylists will say let's press the hair or relax the hair to cut it to get an even cut, because they can see the weight line. They can see the line, the actual weight line, or they can see their guideline, so that they can stay in an even cut. But if you have a stylist that's a natural hair stylist, perhaps, that's very familiar with precision cuts with natural hair, you will be fine. So you want to do the research. Obtaining length, which is what you're speaking of afterwards, your hair is going to grow at a half an inch to an inch every 4 to 8 weeks. Strongly genetically linked. Obtaining length, you can obtain that much length as you grow it in if you take care of the shaft. So that's going to be real important. So do the math. You'll have that hair back over a period of time. Oops, I'm so sorry. That's so rude. Okay, all right, and it may go off again, but hopefully it won't. Let's see. My hair is okay. I think the next question. My hair is consistently tangled no matter how many times I run the comb through it. It tangles up. I use moisturizers and I only comb when my hair is wet. Please, what can I do? First, don't comb when your hair is wet. Second, moisturizers are great, but moisturizers are not going to stop you from tangling if your hair is not in a healthy state. So let's roll the tape back and let's get our hair healthy. Well, the way you do that, deep conditioning. All right, you want to and stop removing tangles with combs. And your hair is spiral. If it's natural, then no matter what, if I comb through my hair just to groom, which is why you should comb, then it is a possibility that the hair could tangle back up. But this is what you do. You make sure that you follow the proper shampooing techniques on my website, free for you videos, lisaakbari.com. Follow the proper conditioning techniques. Then you haven't created, so you at that point you haven't created a tangle. Then you start your hydrating and lubricating, so that once you do style, like I twist and tuck with my curly fro, I can go back, slide my fingers through, and there's no tangles. Why? Because my moisture levels are up and my hair is lubricated. So you're good. So just remember that, okay? All right, next question. Let's see what we have. It says, hey there. I love your videos. I use the shampoo and deep conditioner from your line. I'm copying She Sings So Lovely. I love Shatana. She's great, isn't she, guys? I still have some issues. Okay, let's talk about it. My hair is doing much better. Great. But I don't retain length. I am thinking that the comb detangling may be causing the hair loss. You get it, girl. I tried the finger detangling, but my strands started bonding together. Do you have any suggestions? Yes, I do. Patience. Okay? You need the big patience pen on. I tell my patients that all the time. You're going to have to have the hang in there pen. I almost forgot what I called it. It's the big hang in there. Deep conditioning over a period of time is going to give you that hair that will not bond together, will not web up. Okay, let me tell you what happens. The cuticle layers, when you start your deep conditioning process, are kind of like this. Every time you deep condition, they move down a little more. Every time. 7, 12 weeks, you've got a nice tight cuticle. So when you comb through, you don't have the tangles after you lubricate, more hydrated and lubricated. If you don't, you're gonna hit the cuticles. It's gonna pull and break. And you're gonna have problems. So hang in there. The big hang in there button, guys. Okay. All right. Next question. Let's see. Let's see. How often do you need to use conditioner? Because it makes my hair too harsh and dry, even when I use good moisture products. I'm not sure what a portie conditioner is. Maybe it's a misspell. My assistant usually helps me with this kind of stuff. Well, we'll have to come back to that. It says, what do you think about biotin vitamins? The next question. Biotin vitamins are important to have biotin in supplements that you're going to you take because it keeps the hair strong. Biotin is what helps to produce keratin. And the hair is mostly composed of keratin. So it's real important to have it in your hair vitamins. But so often we're taking vitamins like biotin and we have hair follicles that are functioning, but we're not obtaining length. So it's really not going to help your ends. It helps the function of your follicle. So the hair that's growing from your scalp, if it looks healthy and you have good density, the biotin is not going to help you. So that's my thoughts on biotin. Next question. 4 questions. Are animal proteins okay for the hair? Yes, they're okay, but people have a problem with animal proteins. Is the benefit different from vegetable protein? It's a personal choice. What I find, like with collagen, I find that it's great, but I stopped using it because people have a problem with those animal proteins. Vegetable proteins I like better because they're acidic, and you're looking at a something that's a little bit more hair friendly. So I guess in that sense, yes, they are better, but there are benefits. It's just they both do really well with the hair. And I'm always thinking about what the hair looks like under the microscope. So when I say that, that's what I mean. But I use vegetable proteins. Okay. It said also, how do you feel about using heat on natural hair? How often is too often to use heated tools, and what's the safe temperature? Okay, understand me. With heated tools, it's not how often you use it; it's what happens on contact. Heat is not how often; it's what happens on contact. Okay, that means when the heated tool touches your hair, if it's over the temperature of 250 for fine hair, 300 medium, 400, you could probably go that high. I always say 300 is a safe number, but really, realistically speaking, coarse hair could tolerate a little more. So you got to stay with that temperature. Also, you got to only use heated tools on clean, hydrated hair because the moisture levels are not going to jump through the temperature is not going to jump through the roof. It tends to keep the hair cooler. Remember years ago we pressed our hair, it was really sizzling because Oil tends to heat up the hair, so make sure we don't press or use heated tools with oil. Use the oil after to seal in the press or seal in the straightness or the moisture. And that's my thoughts on heated tools. Let's see, next question. She has 4 questions. Okay, first she says, thank you. My scalp is doing good. Okay, super. And she says she's loving the show. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. It says 4 questions. Should you tie your hair up at night? We talked about this. Okay, natural hair, folks. You cannot tie a fro down. If you do, you can do it. But if you do, you're just going to cause more webbing and matting. So you want to tie it down after you've twisted and tucked or after you've done something to secure those ends, giving yourself a protective dressing for bed style. Okay, what product should you put on right after you shampoo? Deep condition, let's see, right after you shampoo, deep conditioner and apply the leave-in conditioner. She said, what product should you put on after shampoo, deep conditioner, and apply leave-in conditioner? You should apply moisturizer after your leave-in conditioner and then oil to seal in all of the hydration. And then the next question, is it necessary to apply oil directly to your scalp? I don't oil my scalp anymore because I have a healthy scalp. If you have a dry scalp, and sometimes it's a genetically linked where you have extremely dry skin, then you oil to lubricate. But the way you know is by applying a little bit of oil on the back of your hand. Then if it's not sticky, then you're good. It's going to be scalp friendly. But if you tend to have a really heavy, it should just have a nice shine to it, heavy, then it's not going to be scalp friendly. Grease products can clog your pores. They can create what we call cosmetic pollutants and cosmetic plugs down in the pores, in the follicular units, in the pores of the scalp. So you want to be careful about that. So oil is not a problem, but the heavier, the larger, the heavyweight products, those are a problem. Does applying it to your hair shaft eventually make it to your scalp? Well, anything that you put on your hair, it's a possibility that it can work its way to the scalp. Depends on if it's solid or a liquid. It'll get there faster if it's a liquid, of course, but it all depends. But oils are not a problem for the scalp. You need the lubrication. The scalp epidermis holds about 20% of its weight in moisture. When you seal, especially with natural hair and dry scalp, when you oil your scalp while your hair is wet, oh my goodness, it really helps with dryness because it seals in as your hair dries, it doesn't dry out. That's it. Okay, I'm Lisa Akbari, your hair doctor. To God be the glory in Jesus. I love you guys so much. Keep those questions coming. Have a blessed and wonderful morning, evening, or night. All right. Thank you. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.